In a historic turn of events, the Catholic Church has elected its first American Pope, Robert Francis Prevost, now known as Pope Leo XIV. Born in Chicago in 1955, Leo XIV's journey to the papacy is as remarkable as it is inspiring. His deep roots in both the United States and Peru have shaped a leader committed to unity and compassion. Leo XIV's early life was marked by a strong Catholic upbringing. He served as an altar boy at St. Mary of the Assumption Church in Chicago and pursued a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics at Villanova University. His calling led him to join the Order of St. Augustine, where he took his first vows in 1978 and was ordained a priest in 1982. His academic pursuits continued with a doctorate in canon law from the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas in Rome. His missionary work in Peru, where he served as a parish pastor, seminary teacher, and administrator, earned him dual citizenship and a reputation for humility and dedication. In 2015, he was appointed Bishop of Chiclayo, and by 2023, he became the prefect of the Dicastery for Bishops, a role that positioned him as a key figure in the Vatican's hierarchy. Despite his rising prominence, Leo XIV remained grounded. He is known to his friends and family as Father Bob, a testament to his approachable nature. His personal interests include playing tennis and supporting the Chicago White Sox, reflecting a relatable side to the new pontiff. In his inaugural address, Pope Leo XIV emphasized themes of peace, unity, and dialogue, signaling a continuation of Pope Francis's legacy. His fluency in multiple languages, including English, Spanish, Italian, French, and Portuguese, allows him to connect with a diverse global audience. As the Church looks to the future under Leo XIV's guidance, his unique blend of American roots, Peruvian experience, and Augustinian values positions him to address contemporary challenges with empathy and wisdom. While Pope Leo XIV now stands at the helm of the Roman Catholic Church, his rise was never marked by ambition or politics. It was shaped by quiet service and an unshakable sense of purpose. His years in Peru weren't just spent preaching in churches. They lived walking through dusty villages, comforting grieving families, and sleeping in humble quarters without electricity. Locals recall how Padre Roberto, as he was known, would often go out of his way to feed or clothe the poor, sometimes giving away his own shoes to those who needed them more. But there's a deeper, quieter story behind the man now called the Vicar of Christ. During his tenure as bishop in Chiclayo, he was faced with a delicate scandal involving a powerful figure in the region. Unlike many who might protect the church's image, Leo XIV privately confronted the issue, provided emotional support to the victims, and even paid out of his own pocket for therapy for those affected. Though this act was never made public until now, behind the scenes, those closest to him say he bears an emotional burden from years of trying to reform the church from within, especially when faced with the stubborn resistance of traditional power brokers. One Vatican insider called him the Pope with a bleeding heart, suggesting his greatest strength may be his willingness to listen, even to those who criticize him. Surprisingly, in his younger years, Leo XIV was once deeply in love. Before joining the Augustinian order, he had a romantic relationship during his university years. The woman, whose name remains confidential out of respect, has reportedly spoken in interviews under anonymity about the heartbreak they both felt when he chose God over her. He loved deeply, she said, but he believed his calling was higher, and I respected that, though it broke us both. To this day, Pope Leo XIV reportedly keeps a single old photograph of them together, hidden inside a prayer book he's carried since seminary. It's a reminder of the life he left behind, proof that the Pope is still very much a man. But what truly sets him apart is not just his past. It's the quiet whispers of change that are already circulating through the Vatican. There's talk of internal reforms he plans to introduce, revisiting the Church's position on celibacy, addressing systemic cover-ups, and reopening sensitive theological debates that haven't been touched in decades. Those plans are bold and dangerous. Already, conservative forces within the Curia have started pushing back, warning that radical ideas could destabilize centuries of tradition. But Pope Leo XIV, soft-spoken and measured as he is, seems unshaken. One close aide shared a quote he often repeats in private: "Truth without courage is just silence." In the marble silence of the apostolic archives lies a letter, its contents never meant to be seen by the public. And yet, shortly after becoming Pope, Leo XIV requested access to it. Those familiar with the situation claim the letter, locked away for decades, was penned by a former cardinal who died under mysterious circumstances in the 1980s. Why would Leo XIV want this letter? Sources close to the papal household suggest that its contents involve not only long-buried secrets of Vatican finances, but startling references to a powerful underground network that had influence over several conclaves, including the election of past popes. The letter allegedly names names. Some of those names still sit in the Vatican today. One whisper in the Curia is that Leo XIV is preparing to quietly remove several senior officials connected to these shadowy dealings, but he must do so with care. The last pope who tried something similar was met with intense internal resistance and ultimately stepped down. But Leo XIV's motives are not revenge, they're restoration. In one of his first meetings with key advisors, he reportedly said, "The truth may tremble the walls of this place, but God's house cannot stand in silence." His approach has unsettled more than a few inside the Vatican. Security around him has been heightened. The Swiss Guard, known for its ceremonial duties, now works in close coordination with discreet Vatican intelligence operatives. But even as these internal storms build, the public sees only the smile. Pope Leo XIV continues to preach peace, call for humility, and embrace the poor. He has even returned to an old practice, sneaking out of the Vatican in plain clothes at night, visiting homeless shelters, and listening to people who feel abandoned by the Church. Yet even among his closest allies, a fear remains. If this Pope exposes what others have hidden for decades, could his own life be at risk? There's another layer to this story, one involving the alleged contents of a sealed envelope left behind by Pope John Paul III, who died just 33 days into his papacy. It's said that Pope Leo XIV has quietly ordered a re-examination of that death. And if the findings of the secret commission now in progress are made public, the consequences could be historic. But will the world ever see what he found? And more importantly, will he survive long enough to reveal it? Behind the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica, the marble floors and gold-threaded tapestries, a storm is brewing, one that Pope Leo XIV may not escape, since quietly reopening internal investigations and seeking to purge the Church of long-standing corruption, the Pope has made powerful enemies. Cardinals who once ruled without question are now finding their influence threatened. Anonymous letters have circulated, threats whispered in Latin, and recently a Vatican archivist who helped Pope Leo locate key documents resigned without warning and disappeared from public view. But Leo XIV has not slowed down. In fact, he's accelerating. He's begun talks with key theologians about reviewing church teachings on priestly celibacy, women's roles in ministry, and the controversial treatment of LGBTQ members. Christ did not close the door on anyone, he reportedly told one cardinal in a heated exchange. Why should we? Inside the Vatican walls, some hail him as a prophet. Others see him as a dangerous revolutionary. But what few people know is that Leo XIV is already writing his final letter, a contingency document to be read aloud only if he dies under suspicious circumstances. This is not a fantasy. This is fact, confirmed by 2 senior Vatican aides under condition of anonymity. That letter is said to detail everything: names, actions, hidden scandals, and a final plea to the people of the world to never again let darkness hide behind sacred robes. In public, Pope Leo XIV remains warm, open, and deeply pastoral. He kisses children's foreheads. He listens patiently to the sick. He delivers homilies of hope and healing. But behind the scenes, he is racing against time, trying to change a church that has resisted change for centuries. Will he succeed, or will his name be added to a quiet list of reformers silenced before their mission could take root? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear: history is watching. And if Leo XIV's vision prevails, the Catholic Church may finally begin to heal from the wounds it spent generations hiding. Subscribe to this channel now to get more stories daily.